Welcome to Up Close and Personal with me, Lady of Variety, formerly known as the Lady of Variety podcast. Come and have a listen if real talk is for you, and if it's not, you can still listen too. Thank you for listening and sharing. Enough love to you. Hey, my lovelies. Welcome. It is 2:02 a.m. on the 1st of August 2024. How are you doing? It's been a little while since I done a podcast. Actually, 3 months to be precise. The last one I done was in May, and from May till now, a lot has happened. That is what I can tell you. A lot has happened. I.e., my friend Sam came back to London from Canada, having been sick in hospital there for about two months. So I was absolutely just stressed every day. And then he came back, and thank God he was doing much better. And then he invited me on a road trip. I was going to drive out to Romania with him, but I ended up flying out there, meeting him out there, and then we done a 4-day road trip back to London, which was absolutely fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. The weather was beautiful. It was a proper road trip, i.e., we slept in the car and we were able to go into like the petrol stations where they had facilities where you can have a shower. So, it was fabulous, absolutely fabulous. Sam loves driving, so he was just so calm, cool. He's a fabulous driver. Minus what was the issue with the driving? What was I telling Sam off about? Oh yeah, I was telling him off about driving, not having a phone holder when he's driving and using the sat-nav, because he kept bloody looking down. I was like, Sam, no, you need to stop doing that. Like, come on now. It just takes a split second and it's all over. No. But other than that, no, the trip was fabulous. Sam is a beautiful man. He's so funny. He's the only man or only person I've ever had call me Miss. And it's not just Miss of Miss. He calls me Miss Nikki. From the moment we first met, which was a year ago this month, he's called me Miss Nikki. If he sends me a text, he will send me a text saying Miss Nikki. It's so adorable. Like, who does that? Sam calls me Miss Nikki. Like, I'm sure he responded back to a text. Hang on. And he said, this is how cute he is. He said, thanks, Miss Nikki. He's just so cute. Everything is Miss Nikki. He is definitely the perfect gentleman and husband material. He is. He's so considerate. If ever I need him, I only have to just call and he's there. He will always make sure he will come and get me and take me out. Even if we just go out just to the park or, he's just so lovely. If we're out, he won't allow me to pay for anything, no matter how much I demand. He once took me to go and pick up my godsons from South and bring them back home. He took us out when they were here. Like, beautiful man. Like, he is so beautiful. And I did, when I first met him, I thought, beautiful. Like I said, a beautiful man, husband material. But unfortunately, it just turned off, and it wasn't a thing of me seeing him as anything more than him being my brother from another mother, because that's how close we've become, just like that. It's not even anything more than we both have so much respect and understanding for each other. I've been through so much with him in this short space of time, and he is a damn good man, you know, and any woman would be lucky to have him, for sure, because he's a damn good man, and I'm honoured to have him like a brother, you know what I mean, because, yeah, he's a beautiful man. So anyway, we done a road trip where I met him in Romania, and we drove back to London. And then since we got back to London now, it's been about 6 weeks. Why has Sam's health deteriorated again to the point where he was doing so much coughing, and he's got to go and have another operation, but this one's a big one. And like, he was in a hospital in Canada for about 2 months, and then came back here, and they told him that he needed another operation. He asked them to supply him with all his what's going on with his body, you know what I mean, his medical records. They refused, and it's like, well, who does that? Why would you be refusing him his own personal records? What is going on? Anyway, thank God Sam's got a surgeon as a cousin, and he told him the scenario, and his cousin was like, you know what, nah mate, it's not happening. Let me send you to the Netherlands, and you go and see my contact, and they will look over you and give you all the records you need or whatnot. So that's what Sam done. Went over to Netherlands, and then came back to London. And since being back, he's just been so poorly. But thank God he's so strong. God is showering him with his blood. But the worst thing of the whole thing is that he took the rotted vaccination, and he didn't take it once, he didn't take it twice, he took it 3 times. And I understand, because he had to do a lot of travelling those times, but even if I had to travel, I weren't taking it. And Sam knows, he knows it's that is causing all these other problems, mate. And for the amount of people that have taken it and have suffered, or are suffering, or are now dead, like, I'm seeing with my own eyes the damage that this vaxy stinky nation is having on someone that I care about and love like my own brother. It's killing me, but I have to stay strong and just plead and ask my God every day to keep him strong, and to please see him through this big op that he's got coming up, because it's a big one. It's a big one. And they've been making him rest up, which he has been for the last 6 weeks, which I suppose he needs to. The body just needs to be calm and chilled and no stress, no nothing, which is what he's been getting, thank God. But still, it still must be a little nerve-wracking. So that's been a stressor, because I thought all the hospital and all that sickness was over and done with when he was in Canada, but it's not. But it soon will be, by God's grace, because his cousin's contact, who is a surgeon, is going to perform the op, and all will be fine. All will be fine. Amen. So that's happened, and then 2 weeks ago I had 2 deaths in the space of the same week. One being my cousin. Still can't believe he's gone. Went over to Jamaica and never came back. And then someone who I used to refer to as my auntie, but it's my younger brother and sister's auntie, their dad's sister. She's died. And it was just like crazy. Like, how so? Sorry, I'm just digging out my tooth. Sorry. How is that possible? I've not had anyone that I know or have been told about pass in years. I've not been to a 9-night in years. And then I'll go to 2 in 1 week. Or 2 in the same week, sorry, not 1 week. So I've got something in my tooth. Sorry. Anyway, and then I had 2 blasts from the past that I met up with again in the same week of 2 9-nights. One on the 9th, someone that played at my baby brother's christening back in 2001. And yeah, back then, I think we were speaking a little bit, and then for whatever reason, it just fizzled out. There was nothing. Yeah, it wasn't there. There was nothing to it. We met a couple of times, but either way, I saw him again 22 years or so later, and he spotted me before I recognised him. And then we was outside talking, and he said to me, "You know what?" I was like, "What?" He's like, "You're the one that got away." I was like, "Is it?" I was like, "That's a bit deep, innit?" Like, that's a beautiful thing to hear a man say, but I was like, still in my head, I was like, really? Are you trying it? Because naturally I'm gonna think the worst first before thinking, oh, actually, what he said is really lovely, but at the same time we're thinking, like, really, that's a big thing to say. Like, yeah, I don't know if I believe that. And with that, we've met up about 4 times since then. And yeah, the first time was the same night that I met up with him after 22 years. He invited me back to his, and we was talking, just getting to know each other again, which is really nice. And he put on some music, and we was dancing. It was that first get together was a lovely one. And then we met up again the next day because football was on. So he invited me to watch the football. And again, that was another lovely evening. And he wanted me to stay, and I did, with no intentions of sleeping with him, but I did. And with no regrets. The sex was all good. But as someone that is all for practicing safe sex, even though, yes, don't get me wrong, I am guilty of the bareback is the best sex, and sometimes we get lost in the moment and end up having unprotected sex, and this was the case with him. And the last time I had unprotected sex was with my ex, and that was back in last time was back in 2021. Not that it makes it right, but it happened. And as soon as it did, I thought to myself, Nikki, no, you shouldn't have done that. Even though I didn't make him, it weren't no bareback sex where I made him busting me. No, you're mad. No. Regardless, so it still was bareback, and there will always be little driplets that come from the cocky, because they get excited like that, and that's just what happens. So straight away, I thought to myself, okay, so I'm going to have to go and get the morning after pill. And the other reason why I was careless of me was because I had sex knowing that I was ovulating. But I don't know, maybe when you're ovulating, that makes you even more heated for sex. And I think as well, because I've not had a good session really since 2021. Yes, there was someone else that I was a little fuck buddy that I was sleeping with, and the sex was alright, it was okay. No, it was good, but it just didn't last long enough. Which I can't blame him, because hello, I know how men get with me. I know how they can get so excited to where they just can come quick. It is what it is, isn't it? And I'm not bigging up myself or whatnot. I just know myself, so I just have that effect on some guys, and he was one of them. So the sex was all right, but the fact that he kept coming quick, it wasn't like my session that I had with Mr. who's come back into my life after 22 years of briefness of us talking back then. And then what was I saying? So I was careless with that, having sex while ovulating. So I had to go on the next day. I had to go and get the morning after pill, and then standard, even though I was due to have one done again, because I get them done every 6 months to a year. What am I talking about? Sexual health check. So I ordered one. They sent it to me, and I got back the test results yesterday, actually. And I sent it off on, what's the day? Thursday. I sent it off on Monday. So it only takes a few days. All was fine. And he actually asked me, did I do the test? And I said, yeah. I actually got the results today. And he goes, oh, you didn't say anything? I said, well, I didn't need to, because all was good. Obviously, if there was something to report, most definitely you would have hear me say something, mate. But it was all good, so there was nothing to report. But it's also good when you get the test done, you're able to share a link if you want to share it with anyone, your results. So I just sent him a link so he could have double confirmation that he is clean and all is fine. So we slept together once, and I'm not slept with him again since then. He's lost a few brownie points over a few things, i.e., which I've realised he's done the same thing again today. One of them being, I was at my cousin's about 2 weeks ago, and I told him I was going to be down there, and it isn't too far from him, and he said he might pass by, which he didn't. We did speak briefly, and he asked me what time I would be leaving, and I said maybe 8 or 9. And there's me thinking, okay, maybe he'll call back to see if I want to lift home, even though I may have refused it, because I wouldn't want to put him out. But not even that did he do. He didn't even call to ask me if I want to have a lift home. Whereas I've got another friend who isn't he's just my friend, nothing more to it, who likes me a lot. He's a good guy as well, but I don't see him like that. I see him as just a friend. And whenever I'm in South, or for a few times that I have been, and if I've been out working with him, he lives in South, but he will always drop me home, no matter what. And I'm thinking to myself, look at that. I've got someone that also really likes me, but there's nothing to it. We just get on well. And he's just a good man. He's a thoughtful man. He's a considerate man. And he is a man that treats females, I'm going by how he's treated me. So I'd like to think he treats females the way how he would expect a man to treat his mother, daughter, sister, or any other female in his family. I.e., by making sure she gets home safe. And the only way to do that is calling her to ask if she wants to lift home or dropping her home, you know. Yeah, so he didn't call. So he lost 2 brownie points for that. And then I went there today. This is the third time that I've gone to his house in the space of 3 weeks. And I went there today. I took the train to go down there. I got there to the station after 3. He picked me up. Been with him all day. Followed him to do some errands. Had something to eat. Back to his. Chilled. Ate food. Cracked joke. He wanted the pom-pom. But I said that wasn't happening. More so because it's that time of the month. But even if it hadn't been that time of the month, there would have been no guarantees that he would have got any anyway. Because I don't think he's really deserving of it right now. Or I just may not have been feeling for any. Who knows? Though we were kissing and have a little fumble. But, yeah. Who knows? I may have. But I don't think I would have. But the simple fact is, he didn't even today. This evening. Once again, even though I made you know he lost brownie points for doing it for not doing it at my cousin's, but this time I was at your house again. And whereas last time I got a Uber home, I was twice I think I've got an Uber home from his. No, once. The other time he dropped me to DLR, and this time he dropped me to, well, this is the latest time. He dropped me to the station up the road from his to get the 10:30 train. Like, hello? This is the man that's declaring that I'm the one that got away and that he likes me so much that he wants me to be his woman and that he'll treat me so good if I was his lady and this and that. But actions speak louder than words. And you're showing me your true colours of how you are. It shouldn't take for me to be your woman for you to suddenly do all these things that you're saying. Well, not even though you're not saying what you'd be treating me so good, because I'm your friend who you declare that you really like. But yet you have no consideration, or obviously can't really like me, and definitely don't believe in the saying treat a woman the same way you'd expect a man to treat yours, i.e. sister, daughter, etc. Because you dropped me to the station instead of saying, Nikki, I'm going to drop you home, or just dropping me home. Because I forgot I live all the way in Birmingham, don't I? I don't just live up the road, like 40 minutes up the road in West London. I live in Birmingham 2-3 hours away, so that's long. I can understand you not wanting to drop me home. Am I really meant to believe that if I was your woman, that is what you would do? You would drop me home without even thinking about it? No, I don't believe that. Is that me being too harsh? I don't think it is, because you're declaring so much that you like me. You declared that I'm the one that got away. So wouldn't you be treating me how you want me to really see you if that was the case? And the reality is that is the case. You're showing me that is not you. You're not a considerate man. You don't care if I travel on the train in the night time, because you don't really like me that much. It's just all talk but no action. So everything that's really coming out your mouth is diarrhea. But I'm not writing him off, because I do like him. Otherwise I wouldn't be giving him my time, and I definitely wouldn't have slept with him. And today he wanted to have a conversation to clarify again what is going on with us, because as I said, he declares he wants me as his woman. But I said, I'm not ready. No, he said to me, you're not ready for commitment right now. I said, no, I'm not. I'm not ready to just jump into anything, mate. I need to get to know a person. Even though you can never know someone fully, but 3 weeks, that definitely ain't enough. That definitely ain't enough for me to say, yeah, okay, let's me and you be exclusive, and I am, no. Because right now, yeah, the brownie points are dropping, and I'm giving him till 12. He's got 9 so far, and 9 being the one added today for thinking or offering to drop me home. Instead, you dropped me to the station. But hey, it is what it is. We had a beautiful day today, either way. And but do I think he is the one and only? Even though God made me meet again 3 days later after meeting him, I met my ex, who I ain't seen in 16 years, who is the official love of my life. But I've accepted he's moved on. he chose the bed that he's lying in, and it is what it is. I will always love him. I'm just not in love with him anymore. So I've got to find my next love of my life. Do I think it's this other person? I don't think so. Because like I said, you're showing me your true self. The same way how he invited me to go out with him the day before, and then I believe for whatever reason he decided to change his mind, because he already says to me that I get too much attention. Not that, which he says he's not fazed by. He likes it, but then I don't think you can really handle it. If I'm honest, you can't really handle it, because for you to be mentioning it, it's an issue for you, and that's his problem, not mine. That's his own personal insecurities. But it's like, what is it to have insecurities about that men? It's not just men, even women. It doesn't necessarily mean they're looking at me because they think I'm nice. They might be thinking she's ugly. They might be thinking, ooh, what she's wearing is terrible. Hair isn't, you know what I mean? They could think that. And on the positive, they could think, oh, I love her locks. What she's wearing is lovely. Oh, she's pretty, or whatever. Either way, it isn't just men that look at me, but obviously that's what he's going to be noticing more, attention that I get. So one of the reasons I believe he didn't take me to this little event or big event is because I might have got too much attention. And then again today he said, yeah, you do get a lot of attention and you might be too much for me, because I wouldn't want to have to what do you say? Basically, wouldn't want to have to have up someone because they stepped out of line due to being out with me and me getting too much attention. And I doubt that would happen, even though it can happen for sure. I'm not that type. I'm not that female. Most men are intimidated, and I've had men tell me intimidated by me for whatever reason. My strong aura about me. It's, you know what I mean? It is what it is. An intimidated man isn't a strong man, and I definitely don't need no weak man. So my man, or my future hubby or long life partner, needs to be confident in himself, mate. Needs to not feel away because his female gets a lot of attention. You should be embracing that. You should feel happy and proud about that. Not insecure that it's got you all, I don't think paranoid's the word, but it's just got you all digi that you think you like it, but really deep down, no, I think it's a bit of jealous. It's jealousy for you to be focusing on that. Or some might see it as it's a compliment. I don't know. What do you think?